Virgo, let's start with your reading. Today, we're going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the near future. Also, don't forget that energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonate with your own personal situation. Now, let's begin with your reading. Okay, we definitely have an important message for you here. And the main energy is you, Virgo, the Hermit. I feel that with this card, there is something here that you're trying to analyze, something you're thinking about, but you're currently looking for the answer in the wrong place. And by glancing at these cards, I believe that the following messages will actually give us more information as to what this means for you. And there is clearly movement towards a resolution and victory right here with the Nine of Cups. So we will see what this is about. But first of all, we have the Six of Cups and the Three of Swords. And right here, we can immediately see how you are feeling right now. And more than talking about how you're feeling, I want to put this into perspective and focus on its context as well. Because I can already tell you that something here feels worse than it actually is. And regardless of what you might be experiencing at this moment in time, the evolution of your journey, Virgo, is going to surprise you in a very unexpected way. But first of all, we see that there is something right here which came back as a no. Someone said no, or something didn't work out. Someone disappeared. Something you were hoping to finally start for you. It looks like it's going to need more time. We could be looking at a message that didn't arrive from someone who means a lot to you, or a career move that wasn't possible to make because you didn't receive the green light from a boss, from a company, something you applied to, but overall, it feels like this is not going to happen yet. I say yet because if we take a sneak peek at the end of the reading, we see this Nine of Cups. And you know what this is? This is you celebrating, jumping up and down, excited for some news that it's clearly different from this Three of Swords. This Nine of Cups is telling us that the possibility for you to end up with a completely different outcome and to end up with what you were looking for is there. You just need to work your way to it, and we'll see how. First of all, we see what a big impact this current delay is having on you. And I know that some of you are admitting this, but most of you instead are trying to push it down, to repress this, and even downplaying it, as if, this wasn't that big of a deal. But the truth is that it is a big deal, and it's impacting you for reasons that are very different from what you might think right now. This is not the first time that this type of situation doesn't work out for you, is it? This is just a repeat of something that you have already experienced and that you have been recovering from perhaps multiple times in your life. The fact that right now you perceive it heavier than usual is just because you're starting to get to a point where you cannot repress it underneath the surface anymore. There is no more room down there. And all you have to do, Virgo, is looking into it and maybe coming up with a new strategy. The only way out is through, Virgo, now more than ever. And there is something that you haven't been considering with that Hermit message as well, that was saying you're looking in the wrong place. And once you find out what this is, you will be able to unstuck yourself. That something will only be visible to you if you look at it. And this is your time to do so. I know that you're tired of the struggle, and the last thing that you want to do is finding what this thing is, looking into it, and then working yourself out. I understand that you're tired, but you should know that right now you're closer to your goal than you've ever been. And so this is the time to give it that final push. Right here in the heart of the reading, Temperance, Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot. You know, with Temperance, we get a very important message right away. This major arcana is asking you, Virgo, where is your focus right now? Which means that your current mindset can deeply impact and determine the following events. Are you feeling that you're just not good enough, and that's why you're not succeeding at the moment? Do you maybe think that you're not meant to have this, and that maybe you should just give up on it? You know, when you're pressed the failures, and when you don't look into why you failed, perhaps, that's when we are missing out on an amazing opportunity. This happens only because there is something that we need to change into our approach. And if we keep ignoring it, then we are responsible for causing the delay. And yes, this is true also for those of you whose message is about love. Because now you might be thinking, how on earth is it my fault if these people I fall in love with always disappear or turn out to be a disappointment, turn out to break my heart? Well, the actual reason is for you to figure out, but there is a possibility that you are surrounding yourself with people who are not good enough for you, Virgo. Maybe you are setting yourself up for failure subconsciously. Maybe you're not setting up your expectations, your rules, and at times you're letting people cross boundaries that they shouldn't cross. Could that be a possibility? Obviously, these are just speculations. It's up to you to look into that energy and understand what you should change right now. If this was a career move, just make sure to ask for feedback. Don't go into a place where you think that you're just not good enough. That's too easy. Look into what didn't work out and be ready to work it out in order to become the best candidate possible. Don't forget this Nine of Cups. Whatever it is that you wanted here is at reach right now, not 10 years from now. All you need to do is allowing yourself to look into why something has not been working out with honesty and transparency. And you'll be surprised to realize that what needs to change is so tiny, so easy to change. And you might end up thinking to yourself, why didn't I do this before? Look, in fact, what comes right after this Eight of Pentacles, working on myself energy. We have the Chariot, speed, fast movement, achievements, victory, no more obstacles, just milestone after milestone after milestone. This is where you are meant to be, and all you have to do is finding the strength and the courage to look into this Three of Swords, which obviously sounds painful. But trust me when I say that there is something hidden in here that you need to know about, and that will allow you to change the dynamic of the situation completely. Just trust yourself, because you got this, Virgo. You do. And finally, we see what's in store for you here. This Nine of Cups truly is everything that you were wishing for. I kept the overall message generic because this feels to me as an overall pattern into your life. This might be more prevalent into one specific area right now, whether it is career or love, but I do get the sense that at some point you ran into the same issue in all the important areas in your life. And this Nine of Cups doesn't represent just one achievement. It actually embodies them all, and it shows the beginning of a very exciting chapter of your life. A chapter where you have finally solved the main issue, trusting yourself, not being afraid to say Yes, I need to look into what doesn't work out as expected. Instead of fearing it and pushing it away and denying it and downplaying it, thinking, oh, that didn't hurt much, it's fine, I'm fine. This change of mindset will really create miracles in your life and will truly change things up for you. Now, the 501s is reminding us that this is a process. There will still be some internal conflict, but do not be hard on yourself. I know how demanding you can be with yourself, Virgo. You more than any other sign in the zodiac. But allow yourself some time to transition into this mindset. Trust me, you are going to be big. You're going to achieve things that other people just dream of. And so let's clarify all the messages in order to find more concrete details around the main energies of this reading. What's holding you back right now? What seems to be the issue, the change that needs to occur within you in order to finally be successful and happy? And how is your life going to change after this Nine of Cups finally shows up for you? Who are you going to be 1, 5, or even 10 years from now? Let's look into all of this in the second part of the reading coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Virgo. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the upcoming events is, guess what? Death, rebirth. It's obvious now that what's coming towards you is something that it's going to change everything for you. Everything. Especially the frustrating things. The things that were not an extension of who you are inside and of who you want to be. This is your chance. This is your opportunity to do everything that you couldn't do up to this point. And I know that there are a lot of reasons why not to believe this message. Not just because of how you're feeling inside, but also because of everything that is happening into the world. But trust me when I say that you can decide to ride this wave of change and be on top of it instead of being in it, not being able to breathe, and definitely not being happy with what you have around you. Learn how to handle everything that life throws at you and turn it into your favor. Use it as a tool to get where you want to be, because now, especially with this Nine of Cups, the opportunity to change your life and the life of the people around you, it will be at reach. It will be in your hands. And so let's get into the details of all these energies. And let's start seeing what it is here that you're trying to ignore, what it is here that instead you should address and perhaps tweak and change. And let's see what is coming your way and how it's going to change the years to come for you. First of all, I would like to clarify the Three of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Let's see what the main issue that you haven't been addressing is right here. Right there with the High Priestess, you know that this is something that, this is a message that has been trying to come to you for a long time, but has been hiding underneath the surface. Now, no more. Wow, okay. All right, look at all these aces starting to come up. And this is for a very specific reason. By you looking...